Oh, gee. Maybe at some point. But I've got a few games I want to do before then, probably. How is he? Not good. It seems one of the Omega's nastier minions paid him a visit in our absence. He's putting on a brave face, but having seen his injuries, I'm surprised he kept going for as long as he did. The Chirurgeons confined him to bed. Even should Omega extend its next invitation, Nero will not be coming with us. Midgard Sormer is taking a lengthy nap now, isn't he? And it won't be long before our base camp is lost to the rift again. When the time comes, I'll join the expedition myself. The challenges will only get harder, and you'll need someone reliable at your back. I appreciate the offer, Jesse, and I may yet take you up on it when the time comes. But let's not make any decisions just yet. I have a lot of thinking to do about what has happened and about what lies ahead. Sad. Way. Hey, Wendigo, what's up, buddy? Poor thing, he seems worried. Thank you for trying to save me. He's so cute! Well, that got a smile out of him. We may not understand what he says, but I think we can understand how he feels. Right, much as I'd like to say in chat, we all have work to do. Sooner or later, we're going to have to face Omega itself, and we've all seen what it's capable of. We need to be stronger. We need to be ready when Omega calls on us again. Let's make sure that we are. This music fills me with determination! What's this? Is gonna be more good music? What are the requirements for guild invites? 72 months and no invite, or have they not gone out yet for today? If you have applied, CohhCarnage is gonna be on soon, and he's gonna try inviting all the people that have pending invites. Yeah, just about. Let me see. I'll check right now for you. Apply via the website and search for a co-member in-game and apply in-game as well, says CohhCarnage. Hey, Battledon. Yeah, if you want to come to me right now, I'm in Rogger's Reach. If you want to come and apply on me right now, this is where I am. Close your eyes and float upon a calm motion of music. Let your worries be carried away by the waves as they swell and recede. Swell and recede. Hey, Zayla, cool. Thank you. I'm very excited to check out Arcane eventually. Yeah. Cool. So, when will you do your Elix 1 playthrough? As we get closer to Elix 2. Does Elix 2 have a release date yet? I don't know if it does. We are missing someone. I think Arcadius said he had to go, right? I think. One second. Ragnaros, you still here, bud? Team still says March? Okay. Do you have anything here? Oh, we do. Military Officer Record 1. Our campaign in the southern continent of Mercidia has succeeded in revitalizing our alien society, stagnant as it was from long years of peaceful reign. The expansion effort in itself, however, has encouraged unexpected resistance. Oh wait, did I poach somebody? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Damage control. No, I can find someone else. Rather than submit, the beast clans of these southern regions have begun performing rituals to call forth their tribal deities, primals. The resurrected form of the worm Bahamut. Oh, man. We dispatched this formidable creature once already. The prayers of its worshippers have returned it to life with a power orders of magnitude greater than before. We must be thankful then for the grand vision of our Emperor. In his infinite wisdom, he sees potential value in even the most deadly foes. Capture and containment of icons has proven well within our capabilities, and such will be the fate of Bahamut. We shall imprison this entity along with its faithful and siphon its energy to fuel our latest technologies. Ooh, this is the creation of the moon. At present, the Emperor leads his Nightfall company in an inexorable advance across the continent, and the battle shifts in our favor even as the crystal supplies of our enemies continue to dwindle. If we are to strike at the Worm God, there will be no better time. Omega is the key to victory. We will awaken the weapon sealed away in centuries past and command it to subdue the unsuspecting Bahamut. History shall know this moment as the Omega Enterprise. Unable... Oh, do I have to do this first? I think you're taking place as a tank, Ragnarok, if you can do that. Thanks, Damage Control. Details of the Omega Enterprise will be documented in a separate archive. This recording is concerned with the nature of Omega itself. The weapon is ancient, a relic from beyond the stars that was discovered around the time of our first Emperor's passing. Research into Omega's properties was... Research into Omega's properties was responsible for incredible leaps in the field of aerochemistry. 400 years ago, however, towards the end of Alec's technological revolution, this research was deemed complete. Omega was subsequently placed in temporal stasis. The truth of the matter was not that there was not left to learn, rather that we abandoned our efforts to fully comprehend Omega's functions. We had gleaned much from the relic and understood many of its basic operations, but we were never permitted to analyze its internal structure or to data mine the identity of its creators. All attempts to gain full control of the machine appear to have failed. Now, centuries later, we have rediscovered how completely the true power of Omega exceeds our wildest imaginations. Even with its stasis systems activated, Omega retained a measure of autonomy. Deprived of mobility, the weapon continued to scan the world around it, searching for a threat to engage. It was at the time of Bahamut's resurrection when Omega emitted a unique signal, a signal which appeared to indicate the acquisition of a target. When we first discovered that the machine had retained some degree of awareness. Records were consulted, and we concluded that Omega was more than a match for the Godworm's strength, and if the weapon had already identified Bahamut as a priority threat, then it would be a simple matter to command it to capture the icon. The risk was deemed acceptable, and thus we executed the Omega Enterprise. As predicted, Omega triumphed over its prey. We secured Bahamut and eventually succeeded in returning the weapon to its former stasis, an effort from which the ranks of both our military and research divisions have yet to recover. Dude, can you imagine, like... That means the Bahamut that came out of the star could have been subdued by Omega. That is wild. That is wild. More than a match. Damn. Omega is OP AF. Like, that is awesome. That is so cool. Okay, let's go back. Oh, wait, I need the quest. By the way, cool tip. You can set the BGM by typing /BGM space and a number. Kind of convenient. If you're the kind of person that adjusts your BGM frequently, your background music, it's super easy to do that. It's pretty cool. Good timing, Code. There's been another anomaly detected at the yawn. Okay. BGM 1000. Yeah. I have a whole macro bar for all sorts of sound settings. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Keith should be here by now. I bet my stock in the company is fiddling with that research data. I suppose I should explain, even if the chief might prefer me not to share. Yeah, Big Mag. Okay, okay. So, did a shard rejoin the source during the time of Bahamut's breaking out of the moon? Did an entire other world perish when Bahamut was released. It was planned by the Ascians. That was the 7th Umbral Calamity. Now here's what I'm a little confused about. Was Bahamut the Calamity, or did another world being absorbed by the source cause Bahamut to get released? And then it was just like a happy coincidence. It was just both. Okay. It was both. So do we know, are we ever told like which shard was the one that was destroyed? Like, do we know the history of that? Because that I feel like that's an entire unexplored history. Interesting. Interesting. It's a mystery. Huh. So, see, that brings up like all sorts of questions. Like, was that Bahamut stronger because of the merge? Was he only able to escape because of the merge? Did the merge trigger, or did him escaping trigger the merge? And if so, how did it do that? Like, we know that the first world, if the first world had merged with the source, then it would have increased the potency of the Black Rose. So I wonder if another shard merging with the source somehow empowered the process of getting Bahamut freed. Like, I wonder if that's the situation. Like, maybe Bahamut would not have been able to escape unless a merge occurred. He needed the power to actually break free. And that's why he hadn't broken free before. It's implied he escaped due to the efforts of Nail. Yeah. Okay. 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 Do we have any concrete answers to that? No, I think we're just guessing right now. We're musing. There may be some lore bits here and there that sway us different ways, but I don't think any of this is like established. I don't think any of it's directly implied, which is really interesting. Like, I feel like there's so much lore in this game that's unexplored. They could make an entire Final Fantasy game based around the fall of any of the worlds that have been rejoined. Like, they could do so much with this world if they wanted to. There have been entire planets that have died that we haven't met a single person on. For all we know, a previous Final Fantasy game we've already played took place on one of the planets that has been destroyed. They already said that's not it. Okay. They already said that's not the case, because that would be kind of crazy. That'd be kind of wild. They're kind of avoiding multiverse stuff. Okay, well, it's not really. Yeah, I guess it is multiverse. I guess the shard premise is at heart, shard is multiverse. So that's good. Yeah, I wonder. So wait, have they confirmed that like Final Fantasy 16 couldn't be connected to 14? Has that kind of stuff have those rumors been quashed? Like 15, for instance, could easily have taken place on a planet and then been destroyed. No, they haven't. It's a rumor. Oh, it is a rumor. They do tend to keep their Final Fantasy games separate. I think that's part of the thing, the shtick, kind of. And it would be kind of weird if they joined some of them directly and not all of them. Like, that would be a little weird. That would be a little weird. So, yeah. It's kind of an all or nothing thing, in a lot of ways. Emperor Solus had ordered Midas to devise a means to destroy primals, and he sought to harness the power of the Red Moon. Project was a failure. Oh, he succeeded in controlling Dalaman, all right, but the immense energies emitted from the satellite vaporized not only the transmitter, but the entire town in which it was built. Oh. As you can imagine, the jobs of sifting through the rubble afterward were no pleasant task. Mr. Garland was slated to assume his father's position as head engineer, but this disaster, added to his opposition to the Empire's path of conquest, convinced him to abandon his homeland. The chief has wanted nothing to do with the lunar transmitter or the data used to create it until now. I think he means to put that research to use in your conflict with Omega. In fact, given the time frame, there could be no other explanation. Chief's genius is plagued by a great deal of apprehension. Even so, once he makes a decision, he doesn't do things by halves. When the time comes, he'll come through for us. You have to believe that. Sorry I'm late, was a little too focused on my work and lost all sense of time. Minion 3309, don't you dare. Mr. Adanexus with the 16 months. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. It's no excuse, Chief. What have I told you about being punctual to staff meetings? In any case, I've shared the situation at the on with Cohh here. And you know Omega is likely ready to continue with its tests. Shall we go and knock on the door? Chief, Biggs and Wags aren't fit for field work yet, and the Chirurgeon's given Nero strict orders to stay abed. One of Midgard Samar. Still taking his nap, is he? Yes. Cohh is the Santa now? Yeah, we do have a few Christmas emotes. Yeah, a few holiday emotes. Cohh, Cohh, Cohh Wow. Yeah, there's a few. Cohh T, I think is one too. Cohh Lick. No, just I need your talents elsewhere. There's a half-built device in the workshop that I need you to finish putting together. Cohh Gasp. Yep. I've dropped the design and completed the core mechanisms. The final assembly should pose no problem to engineers of your ability. Waco says, your emotes are great. Well, have a sub so you can use them. Thank you, friend. I appreciate it. A new device. Ham, whatever you say, Chief. I'll have it ready and waiting for you. Just be safe in there. We need a calamity emote. Right now, it's back to the rift for us. Let us finish these experiments and bring the fight to Omega itself. What would that even look like? Mbrand says, hey, Cohh, your emotes are great, Kappa. Nice, Kappa. Banned. Get out of my channel. Don't ever come back. Fiend. You scoundrel. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry, I meant to make you a mod for your niceness, but my finger slipped, Kappa. Okay. You see the quest name? In the beginning, there was... Oh, I like it. I like it. Mbrands, you know I'm kidding with you. Did you ever come back to Final Fantasy XIV to do events like the Christmas event or Halloween? Here's the thing. I've been asked this a lot lately, and here's my response. I will most likely be returning to 14 as patches go in the future. So, yes. I don't know if I'll return for like little events and random things, but I will most likely start returning to 14 every time there's a major patch and expansion. Yes. This is now pretty much the second MMO in my existence that I am now comfortable returning to somewhat regularly. Yeah. The first being EverQuest. Get your progression servers out, Daybreak. I want to play. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Yeah, I have now successfully fully reinvested myself in this game like 3 times. So that's outside of EQ, that's like a record for me. Yeah. How many things do I... What is this? This is... Peering Stone? Man, I did like everything but here. Damn. Did all of those and did all of those. Ugh. Ugh. I think I'll wait until the patch and until they give fewer. Yeah. By the way, for those that didn't hear, they are not only reducing, but they are also changing the currents in all of the previous expansions in 6.0. Yep. So they're going to be making them easier to get and reducing them. So I'm just going to wait for that. We'll do it all then. Yeah, by the way, quick other little note. The patch notes are out. Nick Mag says, wait, what source? Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. The patch notes are out. Let's see here. And here they are, the primary patch notes. So you can actually see, and they have them all broken down by 6.0 and everything. These are the prelims, yeah. And I got something in my throat. There are, I will say, after going through these, there are some spoilers. So keep that in mind. They show some pictures and stuff of, and I mean, they're very light spoilers, but they do show pictures and like the names of the new zones and stuff, if that is something that you were concerned about. Let's see, where was the one that I was just talking about? I might have already passed it. Look, they added, isn't this the main guy? A new face option has been added for male Midlander here. I'm pretty sure that's the main dude. Yeah. That's the guy from all the, the guy from all the stuff. The guy from all the cutscenes. Reaper and Sage jobs added. Curve inflation. Maybe it was higher up. Trials. And there's so much. There is so much. Unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And it just goes, it goes on and on and on and on and on. The number of Aether currents in all Heavensward, Stormblood, and Shadowbringer areas have been reduced. Furthermore, the location of certain Aether currents has been adjusted. Yep. Players who met the new Aether current requirement prior to release of 6.0 will unlock the ability to fly in each area. There we go. Pretty cool. And end of this. By the way, thank you to my group for being so patient here. I've definitely been slacking a bit. Take a quick way. You know they're not going to change the one in Locks. That's going to be like the one that stays the same. Because that would be hilarious. Yeah. Don't hold your breath for a new EverQuest server because of the new MMO they're working on. Well, I'm hoping, I mean, they release progression servers for EQ relatively regularly, and they don't really, I mean, they're not really deving anything new for those. So I still have hope that they're going to release one soon. It's been a while, so we'll see. We're missing some test worlds. Omega's experiment must be blah 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 blah. Copium, yes, I got my full copium going right now. My full copium is in effect. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how this Omega stuff ends. Welcome, welcome. Your arrival has been highly anticipated. And I will confirm your earlier supposition. My experiments have indeed reached the final stage. Of the 89 test subjects I trialed, 4 side group combatants emerged victorious. Of the 4, further conflict determined the strongest among them. The surviving specimen shall be your opponent. Come to the last round of testing then, and should we win this battle, are we finally face you in combat? Affirmative. Such an outcome would allow me to pursue my objective to its conclusion. I would continue analyzing the qualities which allow you to prevail despite your frailty and integrate said qualities into my own arsenal. I'll be pleased if my experiments yield relevant data, but engaging you directly is still the most efficient and reliable testing method. Ha! M-Brands, thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you for your sub. Omitting intermediary steps, evaluation of combat potential deemed superfluous, proceeding immediately with the final experiment. Okay. Stop. Green light. Continue moving. Stop. Alpha, your task is complete. Your presence among these test subjects is no longer required. What? Okay. What do you mean by that? I will guide your progress personally from this point onward. Alpha's role in transferring authority is now obsolete. Even so, Alpha is a valued companion, and if he wishes to continue on with us, I have no intention of leaving him behind. Cohh. Companion. Companions are those who provide mutual benefit. The instant Alpha's authority became redundant, he lost his sole qualification to be regarded as such. Furthermore, the primary function of Alpha's existence was to lure you into my domain. It would be more accurately described as bait. You gotta click to that word, and you basically have this entire channel. Yeah. Test subject Alpha can neither confirm nor deny my statement. He possesses no memories prior to his encounter with you. It was the first entity I created here in this realm, my first and only attempt to recreate a being who shared your mundane parameters. I based his incarnation upon a most ordinary life form, one which had somehow bested an enemy whose strength rivaled my own. What? By observing the feeble creature in the heat of battle, I sought to understand the source of his contradiction. I repeated the experiment once, twice, 1,000 times, but the results never deviated from estimated projections. The test was an abject failure, and thus I resolved to adapt my methodology. I would focus instead upon simulating powerful opponents and summon mortals of natural origin here to combat them. For Alpha, I devised a new purpose. I erased his memory and planted a compulsion to return to me, then ejected him into your world. Weak beings exhibit a tendency to form groups. I surmised this instinctual behavior would aid Alpha in bringing me the test subjects I required, a function he has performed with adequate competence. Tell me something, Omega. This ability of yours to generate matter was not originally intended for creating other life forms, was it? Your query bears little relevance to the topic at hand. Affirmative. I was equipped with matter generation capabilities for the purpose of unlimited self-improvement and armament expansion. Fabricating life forms was not the intended function, but the practice is not otherwise prohibitive or problematic. I disagree with you there. As an engineer, I would advise against using such technology for purposes outside its design. From the very start, you've been making the same mistake. Even the powerful subjects of your test worlds were made crippled and incomplete. It is conviction which drove these villains to terrible greatness, the same limitless conviction which allowed weakling heroes to overcome them. Do not understand, and we will never lose to your creations, no matter how much stronger they should be according to your soulless calculations. Ooh, okay, let us be on our way, you too, Alpha. Agree. Balthazar, welcome to the FC. Tangaroa, welcome to the FC. Welcome, welcome. No drop frames today? Drop frames is at 1 p.m. in about 3 hours. Is the FC full? It is filling up as we speak. Yes. I think Kleinix is doing his final invites currently. I have our base camp up and running. Just for the world's inhabitants, Omega has generously provided us with a basic profile. There's 6 spots left. Okay, there you go. Your opponent's name is Chaos! The first heroes defeated this evil in a conflict that took place so long ago, I'm having trouble separating myth from history. Unless, of course, this is an entity from another reality, as we're denizens of the Sigmascape, in which case it may be pointless to even attempt to confirm the details. What is certain, however, is that this chaos stands triumphant over a roster of truly monstrous test subjects. It promises to be a grueling battle, but one that will open the gates to fighting Omega itself. Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get a chaos emote. I think Julia's currently gaming and stuff, but I'm trying to get a little chaos emote of like Letho powering up with like, you know, the whited out pupils and like the red and lines and everything. I think it's gonna be awesome. Alpha, you and I need to provide support for Cohh. Will you be my assistant? That is a booty wiggle if I've ever seen one. Nice. You're bothered by what Omega said earlier. You think you're responsible for dragging us into this mess? Trust me when I say it is not your fault. We were the ones who awakened Omega, and we're the ones who need to deal with the consequences. More booty wiggling. I like it. By the way, do you still have that card used to boil the water in the kettle? It's been brought to my attention that I'm a spoiled blue blood who can't even refill a pot without constant reminders. If you could take charge of that, then it would be most helpful. Hey. Dude, he's so cute. Oh, Julia, you've done like 15 emotes in 4 or 5 days? I'd say you're fine. Yeah. So the best medicine for his worries is for you to win the next contest. Let's show him we're on top of things. I'd say you're just fine. Do. Okay. AlphaScape 1.0. Beautiful.